on it, one of his preferred. We'll say that win-loss does need to be updated a little bit after the success we did just see on Nuke in the previous game. But
I would love this. I think this is insanely good against their comp.
roaming Bard.
But they're not going to pick it.
They need a little bit more engaged, Dracos.
As fun is banned in pro play, and we must all play engaged supports. Handshake every time. Obviously, Bard. High ceiling, very low floor, though. The Leona, much more of a reliable option.
You're probably closer to the floor than the ceiling.
Yeah. I almost lost a friend to Bard ulting him amid the awesome ult, and he lost his promos.
I'll never forget your one-punch Bard, though. One of my favorites.
Yep. Stole all those kills from someone who should have had them. Anyway, back on
Renekton gonna be the final lock-in. Ooh, one? I mean,
this was an option that was banned yesterday as well, so I have a feeling that it has shown up at scrims at least a little bit. Oscar on a tank pick with double carry backline threats would be solid, but instead the option is going to be the Jace. Will it be the tank? Kind of messy engage is just unstoppable, but you're right. If they keep them at arm's length, that's really not going to be an option. And Victor notoriously, as is often the case with these control mages, really at his best when you fight into him, but
we cook it.
Team Heretics, 4 members, 5 members on the top side.
This Relev's gonna see the they see the wards, right? They must. The pings have come down.
No, he's in the area. Battle for the brush.
Yeah, I don't think there's a play here. It looks like that they were trying to anticipate a potential lane swap coming through from FNATIC. They wanted to react and potentially punish on the top side of the map, but FNATIC isn't gonna be here.
They saw the ward.
I mean, they should have.
Or they didn't see the ward.
I mean, they thumbs up, which makes me think that they've seen the ward.
It's unclear. We'll need to check the comms. Last time we had early game comms, it was Flack roasting Yankos for no reason.
What do you mean, no reason? It's Flack. Of course he had a reason.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. They're friends with cheeky banter, but he just threw it into the void, assuming our production team would catch it.
He knew
and
what
we
he was
did.
doing. Yeah, he knew what he
help
was
ourselves.
doing.
Yankos isn't even playing anymore. We still roast him.
Poor Yankos. Shout out to him. Hope you're doing well, buddy. So it looks like we're going to get standard lanes, which I think on the top side of the map, Oscar is pretty happy with. Note that he is running Grasp. Now, I will say that rune choice in Europe doesn't mean anything. Yeah. I have seen every build under the sun running the opposite rune. So
good initial Zenith play there. He's able to tag Upset, does get a solid trade on the level 1. But you're right, the rune choice for Jace, who knows what it means.
Typically, Grasp should mean tank Jace. Typically. Yes. We had Nightmare run us through the different build paths for Jace at the top of the show, if you want to go check that out in Ready Check. But yeah, typically Grasp leads to tank Jace, and a large reason as to why it's viable in the current meta. To make it simple, base stats very high. Yep. As Sten gets level 2, doesn't quite connect the stun.
Good play in the 2v2 thus far. Upset obviously starting with the Halo Blades likely indicates that he will be going towards the poke build almost 100%, but can't be sure.
Well, you said, yeah, normally you'd see the comment in the poke build, right? The Halo Blades does suggest that he could be considering the on-hit build. We'll see as the itemization comes through.
The poke trading back and forth with the CC. Sten forced to flash away. Positive trade for the FNATIC bot lane. Team Heretics had a bit of an edge there, but got over eager in the 2v2. Now it's going to be a little bit harder for Flacket to survive.
I think that's a great way to describe it. They started off very strong in the 2 versus 2, Sten and Flacket, knowing that they had an initial advantage, but then they went for one too many trades, and Mickey and Upset were quick to punish, so they reclaimed some of that pressure back. Of course, farm advantage still in favor of Flacket. It's Carlson getting quite low in the top lane.
This is a tough trade.
Doesn't have the weapon swap from Oscar. He's just going to be happy with the flash, not going to greed for anything else. But,
I mean, well played by Oscar. Already dominating this 1v1 matchup. You can see why so much effort was put into on the side of Team Heretics, considering where they wanted their lanes to go. But these early levels are just tough for Carlson. And the trade ending the way it does, Q in, you get the melee Grasp proc, then you knock the Renekton away. It's just so difficult for Carlson to do anything at this point. Is still seeing aggression on the bottom side. Flacket able to Valk out to safety, but this lane is not getting any easier. Halo Blade's disgustingly powerful in those early short trades, as we might have a 3v3. Nice sidestep from Razork to get away from the root.
They protect the wards. Shao, I think, will be forced to concede the Scuttle Crab, knowing that Upset and Mickey just have the health advantage, and Flacket, he's going to be forced to base. In the mid lane as well, Humanoid getting some nice trades. Of course, he was already gone back to base, grabbed himself an amp tome. And Camilo doing what he can to try and trade. It's always a good idea if you know you have a base advantage to take as much HP from your opposition as possible. And a nice little combo there coming through from Humanoid. Because you can so clearly see, not that TP was difficult to predict in the past, but like that little bar that just slowly channels down makes it easy for you to punch in the tower.
Easy for Wei to line up that initial bit of poke, as long as you get the timing right. Now
they're taking some bad trades right now.
Yeah, and the difference in a ruby crystal, excuse me, a sapphire crystal, it just does not mean a lot. Oscar has to be careful here, though. Not sure if he has awareness of Sheo. The root connects. It's so easy for Carlson to try and finish the kill here, but Oscar in level 5. Carlson very low. Sheo gonna need to burn all of his cooldowns to try to stay standing here. Razor flashing in to try to get that jump done, and now Sheo and Ivern on his lonesome, but no damage to his name. FNATIC happy to just keep pushing.
Sheo, he was there to cover for a potential gank. Unfortunately, Carlson took way more damage than Sheo could help to mitigate. They get the wave pushed underneath the tower, and it's FNATIC starting off their game with first blood.
This is the tough thing about Jace. Hold that thought, extend. Now gonna go for the quick punish on Mickey. Mickey not gonna make it over the wall. So you get some good and you get some bad there. Mickey caught out. A little sloppy on the escape, and Team Heretics donated a kill here in bottom lane.
Yeah, crucial misplay coming out from Mickey as he fails the flash over the wall. And Heretics end up trading 1-for-1. We take stock of the game, and right now overall things are relatively even. FNATIC find themselves with a small advantage. Neutral objectives are available on the map. I wonder what the priority is going to be. Given that the bot lane is consistently traded back and forth, will it be the Dragon or will it be the Grubs? Right now, Mickey hovering around mid lane suggests that they might be looking at the Grubs. You can see Razor hovering around his top laner as well.
Of course, anything they can get done here in mid lane would be big. It looks like it might just be the push out. We're hoping to find at least a flash from Camilo. Razor now going to start this objective. But it looks like Team Heretics are ready to match here.
They are. Mickey trying to act on zone duty right now. Should spot out Sten and the rest of Heretics.
Nice escape there, finds the stun, both aftershocks used, and Razor gonna grab at least one. But they can't really afford to stick around. Wave not in a good spot top lane, just now resetting means Oscar gonna be late to the play. Even though he is ahead in the 1v1, it just shouldn't matter. But the smite is good. I don't think they should be able to grab 3 here. 200 health, they're gonna grab all 3, Team Heretics. You talked last game about Spectator, and it's just a bit unfortunate.
An awkward affair. The root comes through onto Razor.
Razor's still rooted. FNATIC still looking for this fight. Humanoid level 6. Pullback is good. Ulti good to follow as well. Double kill! Going in the blink of an eye. Humanoid kills 2. That was terrible for Team Heretics.
Upset actually ends up sniping one of them, but it should have been a double kill. He played that incredibly well. Heretics get punished on the retreat, and it ends up being, I mean, they end up getting all 3 Grubs as well.
That was, awkward is the word I'm gonna use because it feels correct. That was a little awkward. They get the first Grub, they start to walk away. Razor kind of casually walks in, smites the last one, and then Team Heretics start to retreat on the third. FNATIC are just able to grab it, but they're not far out enough, and at that point, FNATIC have really all the relevant ultimates they need to just force the fight.
I mean, Heretics thought that they were strong enough to trade, and in a situation like this, normally if you don't feel confident in your ability to fight for the Grubs, then you would just cross-map, right? You'd go for the Dragon 100%. In exchange. But as you rightly said, at this point, the Grubs have already fallen. The engage then comes through onto Razor. Carlson isn't in range to follow through. A nice connect with the E from Humanoid into the ulti. The snipe as well, coming out from Upset, means that they secure themselves 2 kills, and there's no response from Heretics.
Upset absolutely did not need to do that. That was a gift from Humanoid. That's all I'm going to say, on a side note.
It's sharing the gold. You know,
sure. Got to make sure you maximize that assist gold pool. Fair enough. But yeah, a difficult situation. It feels like Team Heretics thought they were going to do more damage, maybe not anticipating a bit more there because, you know, Ivern, Leona, Corki against Razork at that point when he had as much health as he did just really was not enough to get the kill.
I can't blame them for thinking that they can win out on the fight. Like Corki versus Varus, I can see like pretty strong in the early game. Sure, I get the idea if you land a root onto the right target with Leona, there's a possibility. I guess in my head it's just easier to trade for the Dragon when you don't have proper setup.
This mid lane is miserable though. It might seem like a small thing, but just Humanoid having boots here makes such a big difference for him to be able to just walk in, harass, poke Camilo out.
Yeah, so good Hwei players. Oh, hang on a minute.
Carlson going in, calling out Carlson, forcing the flash. Traded for ulti now. They're not going to go for the dive or anything else, but now they have control of the bottom side. They can just go for Drake, maybe look to threaten a dive of their own on the top side, but Mickey is already here, ready to cover if he needs to.
Zoning away, Mickey and Oscar from the tower. Group connects, Mickey.
They don't have any damage. Blacken's all their damage. Mickey's already under tower.
Oh, they
now
turn their attention.
Oscar caught out a little bit here, trying to queue back, flashing to safety. Mickey trying to body block what he can, but there's not really a lot that can be done. Oscar taking over to level 8 though, luckily, and
Mickey gets 6.
trying to get something else. TP now going in topside. Oscar locked up, gets the Q back into Sheo. Good initial burst damage, but now Mickey's going to be in trouble. FNATIC overcommitting a bit there to try and save Oscar.
Yeah, they really wanted to get in range of that wave. You can see Mickey now ticking over to level 6. It will cost Oscar his life, and Heretics get a kill back. They don't really convert it into much outside of that. I guess the good news is they put Oscar a little bit behind while Carson can freely farm on the bot side of the map. Upset gonna rotate up towards mid lane to catch this wave off a humanoid TP towards top. Grubs now spawning in about 30 seconds. With the resets coming through from both sides, they're gonna wanna try and grab those first major items. It's gonna be so valuable.
But the only really first items completed, Unending Despair, Blackfire Torch, and a Redemption. And Redemption a little bit behind those other two, although if you have 5 people, obviously it can be insanely impactful in a fight. This is going to be a tricky one to navigate. Humanoid was already doing so much work before the item completion, and Camilo pretty far behind.
Valley coming through from Upset. So very much leaning towards that poke composition that we talked about in the draft. FNATIC, once again, having a lot of range, and I think the problem Heretics is going to run into later on in the game is their actual engage tools. They're very reliant on Sten.
It's true. Not something that they're used to, right? We look at their game yesterday. Sheo was making so many solid plays on the Sejuani. So much easier to get things kicked off. The Ivern, more of an enabler, less of that reliable engage threat. Sheo himself has to be careful. Has Sten to cover.
Heretics is going to start this one off. And no TP available for Oscar. TP is up for Carlson. I think FNATIC, they don't have the numbers to contest this.
Looking elsewhere on the map, Upset just now able to move up. It looks like they're going to try and start the fight. Initial disengage coming in from Razork. Razork trying to lock one up. In the meantime, though, Mickey now getting started, but a lot of skills missing. A little bit chaotic here. Ulti now coming in from Humanoid. First kill coming in. Shut down there. Sten taken out as well. Sheo, Camilo trying to get the kill back onto Humanoid, but the flash out is just in time. Mickey will finally go down. Humanoid trapped in the pit with his ultimate, but getting some damage back. Upset. Where's the Q going to go? Only onto Carlson. Razork there in the meantime. Messy back and forth fight. Upset going in to get one more. Camilo in trouble. The Vara should just be able to finish it. Double kill for Upset. Right next to the Grub pit as Razork looks to grab all 6 Grubs and complete the feats of strength.
It's a 4 versus 5, and FNATIC end up getting everything. The bot tower is getting absolutely demolished as well. FNATIC able to outplay Heretics and get away with murder.
The fact that they also get 6 Grubs and now bottom tower.
Yep, they get everything. FNATIC get absolutely everything.
And that's a backbreaker. It shouldn't be, but this early in the game, when you win a 4v5, look at the gold lead. It's 12 minutes, it's 4,500 lead for FNATIC. I think that most of these matchups are going to feel really bad for at least the next 10 minutes. This is so hard for Team Heretics to play.
I think the biggest difference is mid right now. And that's not to say that Camilo is inherently doing anything wrong. It's just Victor versus Hwei at this point in the game. They're just such different power levels. Keep your eyes on Humanoid as the fight plays out. So Razork is going to be the target focus. At this point, it's a 3 versus 3. Flackhead has an ability to do a lot of damage, but he gets focused down, chain CC'd, and then look at the damage that comes through from Humanoid here. Flackhead gets absolutely melted, Sten is taken out of the fight, and now it is a 4v3, but we have to cut back to live.
Razork starting off with the ulti. Sten going to do what he can to body block. Camilo going to backstep, not to get caught. They should be able to escape. Sten might be sacrificed here. Likely to be. Sheo, Redemption, giving a bit more health. Finish is there. Again, Team Heretics just too damn weak. Ulti now coming in. Mickey gonna fall with an ulti of his own. Camilo just no room to play. Desperation ult to at least clear the way, but FNATIC merciless. We saw this pace of game against Vitality yesterday. And it looks like they're trying to keep it the same in day 3.
Mickey dragging Camilo back into the lane with the Rel ultimate. Absolutely showing no mercy as FNATIC find themselves more kills. Mickey now dancing a little bit with Sheo as Upset looks to secure more plates. But things are very quickly falling apart for Heretics. What started out as a promising early game is very quickly falling apart into disarray. 14 minutes hit, tower plating falling off. And Atakan will... Wait, is this?
Are we gonna get...
No.
No. 13 kills, is that enough?
I don't think it is.
There's no way. This is, I've heard this, that you just can't get this in
Yeah, I don't
roleplay.
think
It's
it-
not
I don't think
possible.
it-
I've never seen it.
I don't think there's been enough violence. I know that your damage done in the game can also contribute to it, but I don't know what that threshold is.
That's one of those things that, you know, I tried with Kane forever ago to like learn the math on how everything works. I asked internally, someone explained it to me, my eyes glazed over, and I said, you know what, I'm good. I'll just repeat what you write in the patch notes and say it's, you know, it's magic. There's a little, you know, fairy in a back room that just decides what's gonna spawn.
Don't piss off that fairy.
Just happens to really love the hungry version of Otacon. Does not want to see Otacon get fed.
Dragon available. A lot of members on the top side of the map for Heretics. And Hui being in the bot lane, bullying Carlson out of the 1v1, with Razork hovering in the fog of war, means that this Renekton has to play respectfully. The poke from Upset is ruthless as Flackett gets chipped down.
You just can't walk forward. You don't have great vision coverage. You don't have enough damage to burst through Upset's health bar. He's dead now in trouble. All the rest of his team is recalling. Camilo now moving over to cover. In the meantime, FNATIC are also grabbing an objective at the same time. And this is the thing, when you're this far behind, you don't have to commit all 5 members to do anything. It's so easy for FNATIC to have their cake and eat it too. Uh-oh. Sheo. That's not your jungle anymore. Long range root, immediate follow-up. Redemption will get a little bit of health back, but the Q out from Razork to deny that initial healing. Carlson now trying to follow up on a Humanoid. Humanoid could be in trouble. This would be a big shutdown, but already the first kill goes down. The rest of Team Heretics scrambling to cover, but Mickey might just look for the engage. Upset over the wall, does have ulti available if they want to keep this one going. Nice snipe from Upset means he's on a rampage. 4-0-4. The opposition left wanting as Oscarinen take down top lane tower too, and we've seen this before. Big team fight, 4v5, while Oscar takes the tower.
I mean, ultimately, Heretics have fallen short in this game due to their skirmishes around the grubs, and FNATIC have played better in both circumstances, and Heretics now find themselves wanting as they find themselves in such a massive deficit. There's a 2k gold lead between the two mid laners, a 2k gold difference between the AD carries, and a 1.8k, my eyes don't deceive me, between the top laners. I mean, there's even a 1.1k between the junglers. Like, everything is just crumbling for Heretics. It's very difficult for them to really turn this game around. They're going to need some crazy fights, but again, we turn back to some of the compositional struggles that they're going to run into, which is Heretics are very reliant on this Leona for the engage. Maybe if Carlson can find a nice flank, there's opportunities, but FNATIC just have so much distance that they can play with.
Mickey Q flash into the W, hit confirming there, and Camilo, sadly, for what feels like the 3rd time in a row, just forced to ult defensively to try to get a bit of damage back.
And there's no cross map. He ends up just overstaying on the bot side of the map. FNATIC could reset back out. They're going to be able to push in this bot wave, gain full control over the bot side jungle. I thought initially, that they were going to set their sights on the bot tier 2, but there is Herald alive. Looks like they're not going to turn their attention to it immediately, though, as they look to try and steal away some camps.
Really just taking their time here again. Anyone caught a little bit out of position is an instantaneous kill. And this is a unique scenario we haven't seen a lot this season thus far, where FNATIC are so wildly far ahead that it is difficult to push the game forward in a meaningful way once you knock down these tier 2s.
Goodness, yeah, they're just gonna...
Bit of poke, Sten now firing back. Upset's ult's gonna trigger onto Carlson, locking him down. Camilo there, but again, he used his ult in the previous play. Humanoid gonna fire his ult out. Carlson now in trouble. They don't have quite enough damage to finish the kill, but they're just taking pot shots. They're not scared at all.
Carlson is just dying, and what can he do? There's absolutely no option for him as he's being chipped away at from someone that's not even on his screen.
And again, it's a 4v5 because Oscar lives top lane. He took it to heart when we said it's a 4v4 game with a side quest. He does not need to be involved in any of this, and frankly, that's great. It's working out incredibly well for FNATIC because they're continuing to accumulate gold even as they scrap in the bottom lane.
Yeah, my man is playing PvE right now. He's been involved in one of the team's 12 kills. That doesn't mean he has been useless in this game. As Flackett...
pressure point is Flackett's.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, what's there to say? Team Heretics are just making blunder after blunder now. Overstaying in the lane, easy kills for FNATIC as they just pick them apart.
And this is, I mean, this is such a difficult position for rookies to be in, right? Obviously, with the ERLs, you get more of a chance to practice at a deficit because you've had these stage games and stage experiences, but this kind of deficit, really tough to do anything. The math is just stacked against you, even if you play perfect. A lot of situations where you could have found an advantage or killed a support just don't exist anymore.
So, yeah, the Halo Blades there. The idea is you quickly apply those Blight stacks, follow it up with the Q for massive damage.
Also, Swift March, so nice for Varus. This humanoid absolutely has no business being there. Side note, if he did not have a 10,000 gold lead on his team, he would 100% die for being that far forward.
That's why he's doing it, Dracos.
Very
he
true.
has the ultimate from the Maokai to zone them away.
Oh, locked up. Shock Blast from just so far away.
Turn their attention back towards the objective, and I mean, what else is there to say? FNATIC systematically dismantling Heretics, taking down all the tier 2 towers. I like their ruthless efficiency. They're not wasting any time. They're immediately turning their attention onto the tier 2s. They're knowing that they're stronger, and now with Atakan on the map, they can set their sights on the objective.
And this is, yeah, this is the kind of game where if FNATIC make a lot of mistakes, Team Heretics go late enough, there are some angles, but they're just so few and far between. It's feeling more like in history class when you learn about technological advances. At Team Heretics, they got swords, FNATIC got guns. Team Heretics finally got guns, FNATIC have artillery, and you're not winning. You're just a step behind in the tech tree right now, and I don't think there's any coming back from that.
In an age of empires, it's all about
Pikemen.
No, Pike's not in this game.
Oh yeah, fair. Execute was last game.
It's about painters.
This I like though. Okay, I'm just gonna say, a lot of people, whether this goes right or wrong, you have to do wacky stuff when you're this far behind. You're not coming back on a normal play. He does know. Oh, he spotted 2.
Yeah.
Oh, the jig is up. Time to get out. Oh no, Mickey. Oh, okay.
All right,
That could've been
Heretics
much
get away to
worse.
safety.
Well,
Well,
it's not a perfect game at the very least. But Mickey has continued the trend of randomly dying in the first 5 levels and then playing a pretty good game of League of Legends.
yes, he has. FNATIC not going to start Atakan off just yet. Reset's going to come through quickly. But Heretics don't know that because they don't have any wards, so they are worried a little bit that this objective is being started.
They're gonna check. They see that no one is there, but they're gonna stay, maybe, because there's nowhere else for them to go.
The problem is they need to reset.
They have no
wards
push.
left.
Yeah, they have no wards, and also mid lane's coming in and bot lane's coming in. Renekton's at least there to grab 1.
So now all the vision gets cleared out. They're going to quickly reset, get back out onto the map, and then they start feeling stressed again because, well, I mean, to be fair, they still have that control ward at the very least. But this is the idea from FNATIC, just suffocation. You know, I thought that was a Baron alive, but Rift Herald, of course, still sticking around.
I think FNATIC might try to time it up for the 3-piece combo where you go Herald into Otacon into Baron.
Ah, yeah, the classic.
The rarely seen, yeah, the 3-nugget meal.
By the way, good luck face-checking this, Heretics. Yeah.
I mean, Razork has free vision. The part of the map that you should be able to control, you can't at all. And then even when you have a little bit of prio, FNATIC still see there, or at least as much as they need to.
These comps are just so oppressive when they're this far ahead because you need to force and engage against this type of poke, and you just can't. They just chip away at you every time you try to get a bit of vision.
And this is one of the things about Leona that I don't like as much, even though she has a lot of strengths, is doesn't have that 5
Razork's going all in.
Razork at least rooted to stop any further follow-up. Body block, a bit of healing coming in from the Redemption, but Oscar in over the wall, going to do a bit. Mickey now following up the combo. Humanoid there to do the damage. Upset there as well. Easy for the carries. His Upset's just speeding through. That's the opportunity movement speed. Fine with that Ghost Blade. Double kill now. FNATIC haven't lost anybody yet, and it's 2 down on the side of Team Heretics.
Combos are lethal as well. Rel plus Wei. Oh, yeah. Walked into a brush that you did not have vision of. Upset goes godlike.
They're going to get this 3-piece combo, but
they are going to get the 3-piece combo.
I think it's I'm going to say first time in competitive history. Don't know. Haven't watched FLP or LCK. It was the first time I've seen it. Herald into Otacon, probably base, walk back, get Baron. Surely there's nothing that Team Heretics could do to stop this.
I mean, surely FNATIC can't throw this, right? Gaedril, don't say anything. We look back at this team fight.
Yeah, Team Heretics fans, this one's for you.
Yeah.
Surely they can't throw.
Look at the wombo combo here. Great engage from Mickey, followed up with the Humanoid ultimate. Upset, couldn't quite steal a kill from Humanoid this time around. Ends up getting the double. Uh-oh, Kamilu, he's in danger.
Upset flash forward. Aggressive use of the cooldowns. Down he goes. Now the base defense is going to be that much harder. Kamilu behind anonymization, but might have been able to clear out some of these waves. That said, Baron's still not up. Jo probably dead here.
I think he's dead, yep.
Summons Daisy. A million pieces of
just
hope
getting killed off
from
screen.
sources that he cannot see. Nice Q back, though. He did get tricky with it. Credit to him. If they weren't turbo far ahead, that would have been the kind of movement that would have kept him alive.
What an absolute slaughter from FNATIC. This is the level of play that I think FNATIC fans were hoping to see. They were a little concerned after day one, but they bounced back strong. 2-1 is going to be how they round out their first week of the LEC as Mickey sets his sights on the Nexus turrets.
Nexus now likely to fall. Really nothing Team Heretics can do. Might not even be a consolation kill available for them, especially as the buff remains on the FNATIC lineup. False life there, available. FNATIC are not going to drop a member in this siege. They might send a few members back to base, but as long as they hit the Nexus, they shouldn't lose anybody. Finally, one false life buff down. They're killing them in the fountain. 2 have now withdrawn. Flakked likely to fall as well. One more. Q going in. FNATIC chance starting.
I mean, this is just bullying.
This is bullying. They're being cyberbullied. There it is. FNATIC win the game. Well played across the board. Team Heretics